Brace yourself. This is a rocket ship. Today we're going to experience a Tesla Model Y performance here in Los Angeles. We rented this 2021 Performance Model Y on Turo, a car rental app, and the rental for one day costs around $300 US. A special guest today is my friend Eric, who we've known for years, and the last time we met was about 4 or 5 years ago. Last meeting in San Francisco. So this is Eric's first ride on the Model Y. He will be our guest driver for today so that I can focus on sharing our experiences with you. Eric, what should the audience know about you?
Hello everyone, I'm Eric. I'm a Southern California native. I've been here in the Los Angeles area my entire life. I've been driving cars since I could because cars are very important around here to get around, which you'll see in the video. I do software engineering as a living. I'm also very interested in the technological stuff involved because EVs I feel are going to be a major important thing just generally for environmental and technological advancement. So it's kind of cool to get to experience this.
In this video, we'll give you an exterior tour of the Model Y, an interior tour. We'll drive along LA where you get to experience the 0 to 60 mph acceleration and hear our experience on potentially one of the most anticipated cars in Singapore. At least for me, we're planning to get the Model Y ourselves by early next year. Click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on Tesla. Let's dive right in. Let's start from the front. As you can see, it looks very similar to Tesla Model 3 that we have in Singapore because it shares about 70% of the parts. The biggest difference is that it's a little bit taller, a little bit wider. Otherwise, from the front, it looks very similar to the Model 3. What changes is when we go to the side and to the back. So let's head over. So as you come to the side, because this is the performance variant, the suspension is actually lower. So if you get the long range or the standard range Model Y, this will actually be a little bit higher. It's lower because for performance, you can actually go to from 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers in roughly about 3.5 seconds. Slightly slower than the performance Model 3, but that's because this is a heavier and bigger car. If you contrast that with a long range Model Y, the long range would go from 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.8 seconds. The back of the Model Y is where you'll see the biggest visual difference compared to the Model 3. It's a lot higher. The carbon fiber spoilers and the red line under dual model give away that is the performance model. What's also very distinct with all Teslas is just the whole stretch of glass roof. This glass roof, you can put 2 fully grown African elephants and it can withstand that weight. So it's really solid. One thing that stumps many people who are trying out a Tesla for the first time, including me, is how to get into the car. How do I open the door handles? Well, simple trick is use your thumb, press on the ticker side and push the pull open. Where's the steering wheel? It's not here because the US is a left-hand drive market, unlike Singapore, which is right-hand drive. So with this, let's go inside the car and let's have a look at the interior. Welcome inside the Tesla Model Y. If you've been inside the Model 3 before, it's pretty familiar. You've got the same 15-inch touchscreen console in the middle. There is no heads-up display or front panel display that you see in the Model X or Model S. So it's pretty minimalist. What you see is what you get. Most commands are operated here in this console. So what's the biggest difference from the Model Y for the Model 3 you may ask? Well, because this car is wider, I think it's about 5% wider, Tesla can actually fit in a HEPA filter. That HEPA filter allows the Model Y to have bioweapon defense mode, which is a much stronger air filtration compared to what we have in the Model 3, which is already very good. It's just that the Model Y is even better. So I think it's very comfortable as a driver. You can see a lot of leg room and I'm 176 cm. So if you look at the height here, you can fit more than 2 fistfuls. So if you're taller than me, no problem at all. I'm talking about height. If you look up, you just see one whole uninterrupted glass roof. This is one big difference on the Model 3. The Model 3 has a pillar right in the middle, running right in the middle. In the Model Y, the pillar is all the way behind. So it gives you a much nicer view. And if you're camping in your Model Y, you just get a much nicer view. Feels more spacious to me as well. Another thing you would notice is that the Model Y is a bit higher, so getting into the Model Y is easier than the Model 3. These seats that we're sitting on, they are actually elevated compared to the Model 3. And what we have in front in here is 2 wireless chargers. Charges iPhones, Android phones, no problem at all. In the glove box, you've got space to store your items, so pretty decent space here. You've got 2 cup holders. And here underneath there are 2 USB-C chargers to charge your devices. And you just push it in to just slide back to close this over again. You have voice commands on the steering wheel. The Model Y, like the Model 3, uses a steering wheel. Currently only the refreshed Model S and X have the yoke steering. You don't have the wheel option. So don't worry, for those of you who are planning to get the Model Y, you've got a steering wheel. The voice commands, they work best by pressing this right wheel. You hold it over here, and then the voice assistant comes up. So you can press the button and say, open butthole. And you see the charge port open. You press it again, close butthole. And the charge port closes. So voice commands are here. Let's try out the music and see if it works. Play music. There's no media connected, so it doesn't play music. Okay, so you can actually just use a Spotify playlist. It doesn't yet support Apple Music. There are many owners who are requesting support for Apple Music. Fingers crossed we will see it soon.
Try ho ho ho.
Okay. Ho ho ho! And you get Santa mode, as you saw in an earlier video. So you can have fun here. Okay, let's see what's in the console. So here you got climate control. This is in Fahrenheit, so it's not 69 degrees Celsius, it's 69 Fahrenheit. Yes, it's actually pretty comfortable temperature here. The funny thing is, in Singapore, when we come in a car, we want the aircon. Because today in Los Angeles is about 11 to 15 degrees Celsius. We came in the Tesla and we wanted heaters. And it delivered. It was actually warmed up pretty well. So you've got your quick menu over here. All your core car functions are on this button. You click on the car icon, you see all your core car functions. So you've got controls, pedal and steering. Our acceleration's in chill mode, so later when we try the 0 to 60 miles per hour, we'll go to sport mode. And all your core features that you need are over here. Actually, if you want to open the glove box, you also open the glove box through the touchscreen. There is no handle to open the glove box. But because this is a Turo rental, normally for rental Teslas, the owner will not allow you to unlock the glove box because they will have their USB or thumb drive to basically just record Sentry mode and also the indoor cameras as well. Yeah. So this is the front. I like it. I like it. I'm feeling this car already. This is the black interior. I want to get the white interior. Grace, as you saw in an earlier video, would love the beige brown interior. Sure, buy the Model S or X if you get the interior. Otherwise, it's white or black for us who are buying a Model 3 or Model Y. Yeah. So you can see, pretty comfy, pretty comfortable. You can adjust through the console as well, the steering and the seats also. And with all Teslas, it's just 2-pedal driving, so there's the accelerator and the brake. Pretty straightforward. You don't really need to tap on the brake much, you just need to really use the accelerator because of regenerative braking. Once you let go of the accelerator, the car will actually come to a halt. Let's go behind and check out the back right now. welcome to the back. As you can see, what's really cool is the leg space. The leg space, I can slide my entire feet in here. Because this is an EV and not an ICE car, there is no transmission tunnel, which means that the floor is perfectly flat at the bottom. So that gives us a lot of space, even much taller people. There's two more USB-C chargers here below the air vents. The Model Y has no passenger handles. What it does have are hooks, so you press them here and it releases. When you need it, you can hang a bag. When you're done, press it back and it's flush on the top. What are these, you may wonder? Lights. So the cars will turn on right now, but otherwise the lights will turn on. But yeah, these are lights. They're real lights, yeah, not fake lights. Okay. But the reason why many of us get the Model Y is not just because of this interior. Otherwise, we get the Model 3, it's pretty good as well. Big reason is that trunk space. Let's take a look at the trunk space right now. See you on the other side. Let's open this trunk. And open sesame. Look at this space. And by the way, for this, you can pull it up higher or lower, depending on how high you want. So if you manually just adjust the height, and you hold this button for 3 seconds, you hear the chime. It remembers the height. The next time you open the trunk, it will follow this height. Want to try? So you click the button to close it. Pull it up again. Ta-da! It remembers the height. So this is the trunk space. It can fit me, my wife, my daughter. It can fit a whole family in here. So if you want to kidnap somebody, not a bad car. No, don't kidnap anyone, please. But yeah, you can fit. Some people ask, how many Brompton bicycles can the Model Y trunk fit? I'd say we have one Brompton. Plan to get another one hopefully, but I think we can fit about 4. I think if we stack them either side by side or on top of each other, I think we can fit 4 Brompton bicycles. The volume here is 4 times larger than the Model 3. That's how significant it is. This is one of the key reasons why I'm getting the Model Y. There's so much more space. You can fit in a lot more luggage. I believe that the Model Y will be very popular in the future as well for Ubers, Lyfts, or in Southeast Asia, Grab, especially as these become more common. And the Model Y is a lot more affordable than the Model X, so this is going to be a lot more practical for ride-hailing fleets also. What I like about the Model Y is that you got these 2 buttons to release the seats and pull them down. So you press this one here, the right side goes down, you press this one here, the left side goes down. This just adds so much more cargo space. You can fit in the surfboard easily. So 2 thumbs up. Let me see if I can lie down. And actually, doing this is how people also use their Teslas for camp mode. If you want to sleep overnight, you just lay a mattress over here. As you follow me inside, you can see, yeah, you could pretty much sleep in here. Just have a nice pillow, look up in the stars, dream about my Model Y that's coming to Singapore one day. Yeah. So yeah, this is lovely. This is amazing. Okay, I better not get too comfortable here. So this is the trunk of the Model Y. There you go, you have it. You've seen the exterior, you've seen the interior. It's time to hop in. Let's take a ride.
Navigate to SpaceX.
We are going to Rocket Road.
Now turn around back towards Krantz Avenue. In 500 feet, turn left onto South Aviation.
So Eric was not amused with open and closed butthole. And Grace and I still are. Yeah, still are.
Now turn
There's
left
a saying,
onto
right?
South
You don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. So yeah, sometimes it's good to indulge yourself in silly moments. Eric's like, nah, don't think so.
Different silly moments.
Different silly moments here. Yeah, everyone has their own indulgences. So this Model Y that we are in, this is the 5-seater version. There's actually a 7-seater version in the US. You pay extra $3,000 US, you get a 7-seater configuration. So where you saw the trunk space earlier, you could fit 2 more seats, and underneath the trunk there's still additional space if you remove the fake floorboards. So 7-seater options available in the US, not available in most Asia Pacific markets. So for most of us, especially those of us in Singapore, when we get the Model Y one day, it would likely be this 5-seater model for most of us. We are heading to SpaceX right now on Rocket Road in Hawthorne, California. It is the first time for all of us to go to SpaceX. So we're going to see the famous Falcon 9 rocket near their front reception. I don't think we're allowed to go in, so we'll just try to take some photos from outside. And it's a Sunday. Actually, they may be working on weekends as well. It's pretty hardcore.
That's hardcore.
We're turning into Rocket Road, so right ahead, once the lights turn green, you're going to see us getting closer to the Falcon 9 near SpaceX HQ.
Now we're going to go turn down Rocky Road. So it's probably a gated thing on campus.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to
In
drive
500
past it.
feet, turn right onto Rocket Road.
As you can see in the console, it's heading right up to Rocket Road.
Now
Actually-
turn right onto Rocket Road.
And there we have it. SpaceX HQ in Hawthorne, California.
Now make a U-turn at Jack Northrop Avenue.
That is a beautiful rocket. We finally did it. SpaceX headquarters, check on the bucket list. Look at that. That Falcon 9 rocket has landed before it's been used. So this is a real rocket. They're building rockets in this whole area. This whole area, as you heard earlier in the video, is an aviation district. And this stop here, you see a lot of SpaceX Cubs. This looks like their smoking spot. Can't smoke inside, especially not near rocket fuel. So I guess the employees come here. Now that you've seen the SpaceX rocket, the Falcon 9, how do you feel?
Very impressed, very inspired.
Yeah, I think if more young students see this, more young boys and girls, they'll
I'm
be
not young.
inspired to, maybe not us, but our daughter, young kids out there, probably inspire them to become rocket engineers or astronauts themselves. And actually that's Elon's goal, to inspire people with SpaceX also. We want to wake up and one day be a multi-planetary species. How cool is that? The performance Model Y can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.5 seconds. That's pretty fast. Not as fast as the performance Model 3 at 3.3 seconds, but this is supercar performance. So we're going to try it out here and see how it goes.
And about probably 10 seconds. There's yet another, Tesla and another one.
There you go, a red Model Y. It's a very nice color. Red is the most expensive paint. It's additional
Here we go.
$3,000. Brace yourself. This is a rocket ship.
And everyone will just assume I'm late to an appointment.
It's like there's nothing even close. Nothing even close. How does it feel now? You've had many of these Model Y rides already.
It's really impressive. My god, it's like super fast. And you can hear that, I don't know how to, it's like the sound. Do you hear it?
Yeah,
it's a home.
it's like a motor hum.
It's a hum. Yeah, like a hum. Yes, exactly. That's the word. Yeah.
How does the acceleration feel for you as a driver?
Pretty nice, because yeah, you just kind of launch yourself. So, kind of fun.
It is really fun. So when you drive your Tesla, you can actually set the different driving mode. We are now in sports mode for acceleration, but for day-to-day use, if you're sending kids to school, let's go to chill mode. So we're going to swap it over to chill mode right now. I'll show you how it works on console. So if you see reindeers, that's because we just turn on center mode for fun. So in pedals and steering, acceleration, I'm going to switch it down to chill right now. There you go. And for steering mode, I'm going to switch it down from standard to comfort. There you go. So now the car is a lot more tame. Eric, how will you describe the difference?
Biggest thing is the acceleration is less, obviously with the chill mode, because it's more of like a ramp up as opposed to just immediate kick. And then with like the steering and everything, there's just a lot more feel like it's trying to stay in the lane, and just kind of, you don't have to push it as much, like having to, because really the thing with the comfort and the standard of the sport is just how sensitive you want it to be. With the comfort, if you move, you're trying to change lanes and everything, you kind of have to push the wheel a little bit, whereas, with standard, not as much. In sport, it's really sensitive, you just tip it, start going way the other way. And that's really the main difference. It's just how much control do you want for what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do really high speed and, make quick turns and everything, that's where like the sport mode and everything comes in. But if you're just taking, a nice, drive down a windy road like what we're doing right now down Beach Boulevard, the comfort, steer everything, because there's no real crazy, rapid thing. And it also depends, like, how much of a straightaway you have. Like, I would use like sport mode and everything if I was doing like a straightaway, but with like a windy road, not so much.
In Singapore, we have 5 supercharger stations. I want to show you all a little bit of Tesla porn. Look at this console here. There are so many supercharger stations all over. You can see, let's look at that. Just look at how many superchargers there are. And some of the supercharger stations are really big. Like this one here in Hawthorne, there are actually 9 available slots. You click on it, and you can see there are 20 stalls in this Hawthorne one where SpaceX HQ is. And you can look at the charging rates here. In California, unlike other places, we do have peak charging. So from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., it's 48 cents per kilowatt hour. And in non-peak periods, it's half the price, just 24 cents. And of course, you got idle fees of $1 per minute, which kick in if your car is fully charged and you're still in the stall. If you leave within 5 minutes, the idle fees are waived. So just look at this map. This is crazy. And look at all the superchargers available in Los Angeles. Let's look at that. What do you say, Eric, if we check out a Tesla Supercharger and show our friends in Singapore how big some supercharger stations here can get? Because we only have supercharger stations that are 3 stalls big in our country.
Sounds good.
Alright,
Let's go find one.
To find a supercharger, we go to navigate, and in the console you can click on charging. And what we want to do is click on the 3 lightning bolts, and we've got, let's go to
Brea. I know where that is.
You want to go Brea? Okay.
Yeah, home sweet home.
So in Brea, you can see here 20 stalls.
Turn left onto Brea Mall. Then your destination will be on the right.
So, see the parking lot?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, so adding Tesla Superchargers to this was, Yeah, this little corner over here.
Yeah, not a big problem.
Yeah.
So look at that.
Drop in the bucket in terms of space,
Now
because
your destination is on the right.
you can see here's all the space, and then
And the Tesla, a black
And all the Teslas. Look at that. That's a black Model 3.
Yeah.
Probably just finished supercharging.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how this works. I guess you just pull in, right?
Yes, it's just plug and play. So one of the really cool things about Tesla Superchargers is that you don't have to bring out a card. Your car is synced to the phone. So in the case of this Turo, the owner will just receive a message saying that the car is charging, and the owner get billed at the end. We just pay the owner how much we charged. So yeah, this is a 20 stall supercharger. And look at all the Teslas all around us.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to take us only about 15 minutes to really charge to what we need to get to. It's really fast. This is a V3 supercharger, 250 kilowatts.
Yeah, but don't you have to open the port?
Let me show you.
Okay.
This is Eric's first time in the supercharger.
Yep. Which I have no idea how any of this works.
Use this. Just lift it up. Okay. And there's a button. Press the button. Closer to the charge port. Okay, bring it closer.
Yeah, where is the charge port?
Okay.
Huh.
There we go. And just plug it in. And then you see blue, it's syncing. Green means charging. That's it. One of the easiest way for public EV charging. Plug it out, press the button, go in. How did that feel?
Cool. I just hate the parking. I hate reverse parking. Why can't I just park head in? But yeah, I recognize why it's needed. And ultimately, hey, we got a nice reverse camera, so it works out well. As you can see here in California, we got lots of parking.
Super lots. Like, look at this. For all the Tesla fans and owners in Singapore, just look around. Come, let's look at all the different models of Tesla. Just follow me.
To be clear, this isn't even all the charge stations. Look
Yeah.
there, you got regular ones
So
too.
you got a Model X over here. There you've got Model 3, Model X, Model Y, Model 3, Model S, Model S, Model 3, Model 3, Model 3, the old school Model X. You've got a Model 3 and another Model X here. You've got all the models. The only thing we're missing is the Roadster and the Cybertruck and the Tesla Semi one day. So all these Teslas here will charge 200 miles in 15 minutes. You feel the power here. You feel it. So as the Tesla chargers can see from the console, so as you can see here, it's just 11 minutes remaining, really fast. Again, we're going from 60%, the charge limit's 80%. So yeah, that's rocket speed. So you picked up the Model Y this morning. What state of charge was it at? 80, 85%?
90.
90, 95. So the performance Model Y has a range of 303 miles. So we went from 95 to about 60 today.
Yep.
So 1/3, that's about 100 miles.
Yep.
We drove about 100 miles today. And we actually pumped the accelerator a bit in some parts. For most of the day it was chill mode, but we did turn on sports mode as well. So first full day driving a Tesla Model Y, what's your experience?
Pretty good. I do like the acceleration. It is an interesting jump for me who's used to a much older car. I have a Prius that's all on the older side, so a lot of the touchscreen features are new and good. So, in that way, kind of cool, but I definitely would have to spend more time learning it. Me being a tech guy, I'll probably have to dig into every menu and find out every little option and what it does. So, I do like, one of the things I do like about with the Model Y, and this is kind of the main selling point, is that I definitely like the cargo space. I have 2 pets, so if I ever wanted to take in, like, I'm about to do a road trip across the country, and that was a major concern of mine. How do I accommodate my pets and everything? And a lot of Americans, that's our case. We like to do a lot of outdoor stuff. I like doing a lot of hiking. So having this kind of space, but still being compact for like city usage, this is pretty good, because obviously like the Model S or everything, you can see They're much smaller cars for like day-to-day operations, so forth. If I'm commuting, for driving up to the mountains that I'm going to be doing, this is probably a better option in terms of compromise, both on price as well as distance. 300 miles, pretty good. I don't need the crazy like 400 or 500 miles setup, and for my daily commuting and so forth, especially in more spread out things, because one thing about the United States is our cities are a lot more spread off. As we saw earlier, we drove 100 miles today. 20 miles, I did on average, when I was working in the office before work from home, I averaged 45 miles a day. Because it was just 20 miles to my work and back, and that doesn't count going to grocery shopping and anything. So for the average American, being able to do this is pretty useful.
So this car, the Performance Model Y, which is the more premium one, is about 69,000 US dollars. There's the long range version, which actually has more range, about 318 miles. That's 65,000 US dollars. Now the closest competition in the EV SUV space would be the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or the Kia EV6. Both of those would be about 50,000. They have cheaper versions at 45,000 US dollars, but it won't be similar to the Model Y. So at this price point, like 68,000 US dollars, is this considered a luxury, a nice to have?
It depends. It's complicated because in terms of like sedans and like regular cars, yeah, it's more on the expensive side. Definitely. Now, obviously, the economics around autos has changed a lot recently with a lot of the supply chain stuff, so a lot of cars have become more expensive. And Tesla's been doing better about this because they actually can get the computer chips to keep their cars being manufactured. But so for some people, this is definitely on the higher end side. But for some other people, it's more of it's an interesting trade-off because Americans like trucks, and those can get very expensive very fast. But they often need them for operational uses, like towing stuff often, or carrying large amounts of supplies and equipment. So this is probably going to be good for like a small family who likes to go on road trips, which is decently common. Not as common as, just day-to-day stuff, but we'll see how things change over the next few years.
Talking about towing, so you can pay an additional $1,000 to add a tow hitch at the bottom, and you can tow items as well. So as Eric mentioned, probably more practical for a small family. It is also, as Eric called out, right, gas prices are now double in many parts of the United States. Also, the average price of used cars in the US has went up from 37,000, I think, under 18 months to now 45,000 US dollars today. Average used car price, $45,000. So if the Model Y is a bit too rich for some, you can get the Model 3, which would start at about $45,000, basically the average price of an American car. With that, Eric, thank you for just showing us around today.
No problem.
Giving us a tour of LA, letting us experience the Model Y, not just any Model Y, but the Performance Model Y, a 2021 model. I enjoyed myself. This gives me a lot more conviction on getting a Model Y. I need to ask my wife as well. Are we getting a Model Y? Is that a yes?
I don't know. It's the price of the car in Singapore. It's a Singapore issue, not Tesla.
It is. Grace is right. This car would cost about, my estimates, about 230,000 Singapore dollars. Basically, you can buy 3 Model Ys in the US for the price of 1 in Singapore because of the high road taxes and also certificate of entitlement. It's no fault of Tesla. Again, it's a government thing to try to reduce the number of cars on the road because the government is trying to encourage public transportation, which is fair. But for everyone else who wants to get a car, there are few better options than a Tesla Model Y. If you found this video exciting, useful, and entertaining, please click the like button.
Hit subscribe to stay updated to more videos on Tesla.
Are you ready for the Tesla light show? Look at those unimpressed faces. Look at those seriously unimpressed faces. Cool. And that is a wrap.